This week we're going to highlight the latest weather trends in Brazil, including a forecast for increased rainfall over this upcoming holiday weekend. We're also going to talk about a very rapid planting pace for corn here in the U.S. and also going to take a look at short-term weather trends in the U.S. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We moved into the last week in May, and once again the corn market has turned quite volatile, although this time to the downside. Let's take a look at where that corn is grown in Brazil. We've looked at this slide, but it bears repeating. A lot of the corn in the Brazilian area is grown in the north. However, there is a significant portion of that corn that is grown in the south, highlighted by those states of Goiás, Paraná, and Mato Grosso do Sul. Let's take a look at those short-term weather trends now for Brazil. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're going to start out looking at past weather trends because this past weekend, that southern area that we just highlighted got some rainfall over Friday through Saturday. Notice in that state of Goiás, they had up to 3 inches of rainfall, so it stabilized whatever crop potential is there. Of course, there has been some damage due to extended dryness, but we'll have to wait and see harvest to see what that total might be. Let's move on now and look at the 30-day precip total. We're going to back up a little bit to May 2nd, 3 weeks ago. You can see that southern area is really being decimated by dryness. Further north, not nearly as bad. Now we're going to go to the present, May 23rd, after that recent rainfall. Notice that improvement in that state of Mato Grosso do Sul, Mato Grosso, far southeast, as well as Goiás. But look at the south, still dry in Paraná, Mato Grosso do Sul, those areas. That's why this upcoming forecast is so important. Let's move forward now and look at rainfall for the next 14 days. Notice over Paraná as well as Mato Grosso do Sul, there is some rain on the way this weekend. Remember, it's a 3-day holiday weekend, so we could see quite a bit of price volatility moving into this weekend, as well as when we come back to trading on Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, because that's a 3-day weekend. So we'll see what the rainfall totals are over the weekend. We're going to move forward now and briefly look at U.S. export trends. This slide looks at the unshipped old crop sales of U.S. corn. We're looking at a record book of 816 million bushels. Notice that China holds nearly half of that at 48%, so it's still very important to monitor what China does. And maybe what happens in Brazil will influence what China does with these remaining old crop sales. If it looks like the Brazilian crop is getting bigger, perhaps China might cancel or roll some of these sales into new crop. Now we're going to move forward and look at planting progress here in the U.S. We're looking at planting progress very rapid here, our nationwide map at 90% versus 80% on average. Looking at the last 5 years here, you can see this is the fastest pace we've seen in several years. You have to go all the way back to 2012, although that's not highlighted, to see a faster pace. So on average, we're at about 93% as of June 6th. I think we could be near completion by June 6th this year, weather permitting. Speaking of weather, let's take a look at the short-term weather trends here in the U.S. We're looking at Wednesday through Friday here. You can see the heaviest precip is across parts of southern Iowa into Missouri, but a lot of scattered rainfall across most of the remainder of the Midwest. Moving into Saturday, Tuesday, a very cool pattern setting up with most of the rainfall out in Kansas. Now moving forward over the next 7 days, from May 25th to June 1st, heavy rainfall west of the Mississippi, not quite as heavy east of the Mississippi. That might help final planting pace, operations, if you will, in that eastern corn belt, where they're still ahead of average, but they are trailing the west a little bit. So maybe a little drier pattern out east might help them complete their corn planting. Let's wrap things up briefly looking at trends in December corn futures. And we've highlighted this slide quite a bit this winter and spring. Notice that even though after we've seen this sell-off here in prices, December corn, of course, was well above $6 for a while a few weeks ago, it's still at the highest price for this time of year for December corn futures since 2013. So once again, we strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage this volatile price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants. We'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoy the upcoming holiday weekend.